Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Living event sponsored by the Juice Plus community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carol Turnbow. I'm a senior sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. I'm also a wife. I'm a mom. I'm a mama. I'm a CrossFit coach. I'm a CrossFit Masters athlete, but my passion is nutrition and teaching people that food really does heal the body. Tonight, you're going to be hearing from some of my teammates. We've all joined on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world. And I'm going to start tonight by introducing our product line. Our product line is simple and it will remain simple because it's food. It's food that our bodies need on a daily basis. Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And it's just such an amazing thing. So I'm going to start by showing you our fruit, our vegetable, and our berry blend, the red, the green, and the purple. These three blends are 100% plant-based all the way down to the capsule. They're better than organic. They're non-GMO, picked at the peak of ripeness with an NSF seal of approval. And what that means is that what is in the product is on the label. So for instance, this is our fruit blend, and in the fruit blend on the label it reads apple, peach, cranberry, orange, mango, lemon peel, cherry, pineapple, prune, date, and beet. My favorite part of our label is this right here. It's a nutrition label. Like I told you earlier, Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule. Nutrition labels are reserved for food, so that's why we carry a food or a nutrition label, because it's food, whole food, concentrated. Okay. We also have a full spectrum of plant-based omegas. Our omega blend has 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9 omegas in it. We all know that we should be getting our omegas. Typically, you're told to, take fish oil to get your omega-3s. Well, what Juice Plus has done is they've cut out the middleman. The fish get their omegas from algae oil. So we went straight to the algae, and our product is 100% vegan using algae oil, pomegranate seed oil, tomato seed oil, and other oils. The 4 capsules together are just amazing. I take these every day along with a complete shake. The complete shakes come in chocolate and vanilla, another 100% vegan product. I'm an early riser. I get up really early in the morning and I just mix a shake with water and swallow my capsules. And it's just a great way to start my day. We also have a new protein powder called Perform, and I usually take my Perform during my workout. So I'll take that in the afternoon when I go back to the gym and get my workout in. And I just love the way the Perform makes me feel during my workout. I can definitely tell I have a lot more energy. Last but not least, we have an amazing tower garden. It's an aeroponic growing system where you can grow your own vegetables, your herbs, your lettuces. You can grow them indoors, you can grow them outdoors. I live in Indiana. And so in Indiana, we have a lot of winter and not a lot of summer. So it's really nice that in October, I can haul my tower into my house. I can put the lights on it. It waters itself, it lights itself, and I have fresh herbs and fresh lettuces all year long. It's my favorite part of growing. I just love to grow my own food. It just makes you so happy to be able to just go and pick something and then eat it. And it just tastes so much better too. So we have an amazing lineup of speakers tonight. We are going to start with Dr. Candace Corson. She is here to introduce some people that are on her team that have come in to share their Juice Plus journeys, their Juice Plus stories with all of us. Dr. Corson, welcome to the event. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yes. Well, absolutely. Thank you so much. So we've had a little change in our lineup for speakers tonight. Everybody loves to share, and just it's summer and busy things are happening. So I wanted to first go ahead and share our speaker will be Emily Alspaugh. And Emily is in Indiana. She is a mother and a wife, and just very devoted to her friends, to sharing healthy living. And she has a wonderful story to share. So we'll start with you if you're all set, Emily.
Yep, I'm good to go.
Thank you.
All right. Like she said, my name is Emily Alspaugh. I live in Brownsburg, Indiana, with my husband Matthew and 2 kiddos, Claire, who's 5, and my son Evan, who is 3. My husband actually introduced me to the products when we met, so over 9 years ago, and I started taking them. I didn't really ask any real big questions. I just knew I didn't get enough fruits and vegetables in my diet. So the one major thing major for me, it was the adult acne. I had more acne probably as an adult than I did as a teenager. And within a month or so, I noticed that went away drastically, and my hair and my nails started growing just like crazy. So we got married, fast forward a couple years, we had 2 kiddos. Like I said, I ate Juice Plus through all of my pregnancies, had great pregnancies, healthy kiddos. So nursed my kiddos. So they have had Juice Plus since before they were conceived. And so that just gives me such a great sense of peace that they've had that nutrition from when they were about 6 months old. I would break open the capsules and put it in their baby food. They've now transitioned to the gummies. My son still likes the berry blend in his applesauce. If someone tries to give him applesauce without it in it, he will push it away and say, no, Juice Plus, please. And so he has to have that now. So that just makes my mama's heart like just warm, because he doesn't always eat all the berries that I give him. So I just have that peace of mind knowing that he's getting it that way. So we also do a shake every day, and they fight over like which one we're going to do and who gets the most and all of that kind of stuff. So I love all the products are children safe. So I don't have to worry about, oh, well, this isn't safe for my kiddo to have. So that just gives a mama's heart just peace of mind also. So transitioning to the business side, it was just like a year and a half ago, a lot of people kept asking me like, oh, what are you going to do when Claire and Evan go back to school full time? And I was like, oh, like that is in like a couple of years. Like, what am I going to do? I don't want to go back to my corporate job of 7 to 3, 7 to 4 o'clock. Like I won't have any flexibility. So I talked with my husband and I was like, oh, maybe I could like make this Juice Plus a real business and kind of still have that flexibility. I want to be able to drop my kiddos off at school and pick them up and volunteer in their classroom, go to field trips, handle, any sickness they have or e-learning, whatever craziness gets thrown our way. I want to have that flexibility for my family. So then my husband doesn't have to worry about, calling off sick for our kiddos. So I kind of made that decision and dug in and started attending calls and events, and just this community. I can't say it. I know every week people just rave about it, but I've never experienced such warm, loving people that any question, well, I'm not gonna say any time of day, but realistically, like just getting back to you and just helping you through whatever. You're not ever in it alone. And I've never felt like that. And it's just such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing that I learned so much. Like my degree is in PE and health, and the amount of information that I've learned about nutrition in the last year and a half. I mean, I had one nutrition class in college and that was it. So it's just like, it's just been amazing. So thank you so much for letting me share.
Oh, Emily, thank you so much. You are such a ray of hope and sunshine for others, and just bring such wonderful options in your caring heart. And I just appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Next, we're going to go to Mindi Getz. Mindy is a sales coordinator and is a Midwest mama to one rainbow girl, Eden, 6 years old. She works part-time to complete her full-time life. And Mindy homeschools in between work as a virtual assistant and a health coach, specializing in soul blessings and nutritional resonance testing and biofeedback. A proud gardener, she loves sharing her 5-minute garden with everyone. So let's hear about that. Mindy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Candace. Hello, everybody. I'm grateful to be here as well and to share just a Cliff Notes version of my story with you. I like to call it the tale of but and. So in 2015, I was 39 and divorced and jobless and homeless. I drove out of a city where I had lived for a decade to find a new life. I left on Mother's Day and headed for the Oregon coast. But by July 4th, I called it quits on living in a hotel, washing clothes in the bathtub, eating ramen out of the coffee pot. I know that might sound like the story of a 20-something who's lost their way, but I was a college grad. I am a college grad. many times over. I have 2 bachelor's degrees, a master's, many certifications, lots of letters behind my name. I prefer farmers markets to convenience stores, but life has lessons and an ironic sense of humor. Growing up, I struggled with my periods. I'd had multiple surgeries before I was 23 years old. As a kid, I thought more about becoming a mother than anything else. Sure, I was smart. The aptitude test said, be a doctor, be a lawyer. And even in 8th grade, the guidance counselor at my school said, don't waste your smarts on the arts, Mindy. Hint, one of those degrees I talked about is in photography and another one is in liberal arts. Apparently, I wasn't really good at listening. But the doctors always had told me some version of, don't hold your breath. If anyone asked about, could I have children? Could I get pregnant? With all these issues that I'd had growing up. So I had degrees and no children. I had dreams and no home. I had hopes, but no solid plan. But I did have Juice Plus, thanks to my worried mom. So before my escape from the city, my mother had gifted me Juice Plus. Around April of 2015, I began taking the trio. At the time, I knew very little about the product, just enough to know that I did want to take them. But you don't have to know the phytonutrient ninjas are healing you at a cellular level for it to actually happen. You don't have to quote the studies for your DNA to be altered in a positive way. You don't have to know a single thing for the cleaning crew to get to work. So if sleep activates the cleaning crew of your body, your glymphatic system, then I like to think of Juice Plus as the supply closet. Someone I know once called fruits and vegetables the cleaners of the body. It's part of what antioxidants actually do, or as Morley Robbins says, they clean up the damage of accidents with oxygen. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in a home, AKA my body, that sometimes maybe might get cleaned a little bit. Thinking about the suggested dozen or so fruits and vegetables that you're supposed to consume on a daily basis, or your Juice Plus capsules, like the Monica Geller style cleaning supply closet, where there's cleaning supplies for your cleaning supplies. Probably aging myself there. But what you eat might be more like a bar of soap and an old shirt. Oh, and you might be told for decades that you don't have babies in your future. And you might have proof in the form of a molar pregnancy that there was not sufficient DNA to support life. But the doctors could be wrong. And at least for me, this rainbow of nutrition helped my body to heal and to bless it with a rainbow baby. She's 6, like Candace said. She's wicked smart, as they would say in Maine. And thanks to Dr. Sears and his fathead advice. And I do work for myself. Part of my income is from Juice Plus and Tower Garden. And like Candace also mentioned, I seriously love my 5-minute garden. And part of the income that I receive is from my own work to help others to see beyond their labels and live their best life, rainbows included. So thank you all for having me.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Mindy. I so appreciate you sharing. So powerful. And next we have Dr. Betty Tonsing, who is a PhD in history and a global public servant, a patient voice advocate, and dedicated to spending the rest of her life causing good trouble. Betty is a Juice Plus sales coordinator and the author of several books and publications, including Stand in the Way, which is a patient advocate speak out book. And it chronicles the huge challenges that her husband had in a tragic last year of life. This experience left Betty committed to a mission of advocating on behalf of the patient in the quest for better patient-centered care. And this in part led to her work with Juice Plus, where people have a solid chance to be in the driver's seat of their health through the power of plants. She has collaborated with women's income generating groups, cooperatives, and health entrepreneurs in the United States and Africa, Central Asia, and the Middle East, with her work as development specialist with the UN, the State Department, and the USAID, and loves helping women now in the United States and other countries unlatch the door of their dreams through the financial hope and freedom that the Juice Plus business model provides. So Betty, please join us, and we're so glad you're here. You just need to unmute.
Yeah, you're muted. There we go.
There we go. I'm wearing a Rotary cup sling, so everything's a little harder to reach for. I am so glad this is recorded. I love coming to these because I love listening to what other people say. Mindy, clinging crew. I have never thought of Juice Plus as the clinging crew for our bodies, and I love it. I'm going to use it. I'm going to steal it. And the antioxidants clean up the damage from the oxygen. That's great. Now, I can't remember what you said, that last word about rainbows, but I love that too, because I couldn't write it down at all fast enough. You know, we all come to Juice Plus from different ways. That's a great, you don't need any more bio. I am a mother. I'm here in Lafayette, Indiana right now. I have 2 children. One is in Washington, D.C. as a scientist with NIH, and the other one is here in Lafayette, Indiana. So that's why I've landed here, because he has grandkids. And they're little, they're 4 and 6. So they're the perfect age that you really want to be around. And I'm also taking advantage of the universities here and will be teaching. So I'm really, really happy. We come to Juice Plus for all the right reasons that mean something to us. But there's, in addition to, and I'm a real wonk about those 44 plus clinical studies. I really am. I don't quote them because I'm not a scientist, but I love them. But it's the sidecar benefits of Juice Plus that I think are really exciting. And Emily and Mindy have mentioned a few. When I first started taking Juice Plus, it was around 2008, and I was up in South Bend. And Cindy Cohen, who some of you may know, was talking about her daughter going to Israel. And because of the jet lag, she took she really loaded up on a Juice Plus, and she didn't have jet lag. And I thought, oh, wow, that's something. Well, I still do trips. I still do some research trips and things overseas. I was getting ready to go to Central Asia. Well, just to get to Turkey from Chicago is 12 hours. Then it's another several hours beyond that to get to Central Asia. It's 2 or 3 days one way, lots of jet lag. And I thought I'm going to try that. So I was gobbling up Juice Plus all the way there, arrived on a Friday after a couple of days of traveling. My work wasn't going to start until Monday. And I had all kinds of things. I was meeting old friends. I'd lived there before. I was meeting old friends and meetings and dinners and something at the embassy. I was going up to the mountains to climb. It was Easter Sunday weekend and da-da-da. And I was a little tired from the time difference, but no jet lag. And I love that. So remember that, folks, when you're traveling, gobble up that Juice Plus. I have been taking double the amount of Juice Plus for the last few years. I am older, and I'm thinking, why not more? I mean, you can't overdose on it like you would a vitamin. You can't overdose on it. And I had a really bad fall last September, very bad. I fell on my shoulder. I do a lot of sports. I've taken a lot of spills, but I smashed and I fell in a parking block right in front of my own car at a CVS. And my chiropractor said, oh, I think half the people I see trip on those parking blocks. But it was a hard slam in an awkward spot on my shoulder, and I knew immediately. So I saw somebody for a referral for occupational therapist, physical therapist, and we worked on my arm to the point that by December, this is my left arm, we had it back in full rotation and everything. And she was a very experienced. She said, I just don't think you have a tear because I couldn't do this to your arm. You couldn't be doing things. We did not do an MRI. That was from the first doctor I had seen. That was the mistake. Because when we finally did one in March, when I went back into my sports really aggressively and I was having pain, I thought, this doesn't seem right. An MRI had revealed 2 full thickness tears, 2 other tears. A full thickness tears with the tendons torn completely through, unattached perhaps to the muscle or to the bone. And two smaller tears. It was just repaired 2 weeks ago. Here's the thing. When I fell in September, I didn't know what to do. I thought, well, I'm going to triple my Juice Plus because I think I can do that. Whatever Juice Plus will help my body heal. It reduced the inflammation, reduced the pain. I didn't take any pain meds. It was uncomfortable sleeping. These shoulder injuries have their issues, but I had the inflammation and the pain was so reduced. It allowed me to do this stuff. So when I had my surgery 2 weeks ago, I decided, well, I'm going to triple up again. So the day of surgery, I tripled up. I haven't taken a pain med. I'm not even taking Tylenol. I was terrified going in because everybody said, oh, it's going to be so painful. I'm like, oh, why do people walk into this? Why? I didn't have to do it. It was my choice. But I thought, no, I do so many sports. And I knew that I would really damage the shoulder if I didn't do it. I thought, well, just do it. No pain. It's going to be a slow recovery. You cannot push a rotator cuff tear. The tears have got to heal. I will not be doing anything with weights and things, which is fine, but I am expecting really a very good recovery. And not, Juice Plus isn't medicine, but it gives our body what it wants. And I'm giving my body what it wants. I'm tripling it and I'm feeling really great. So that's my story. I love to share it, and I love to share particularly that story. And so when I'm asking for, who do you know? I'm saying, who do you know is getting ready to go into surgery? That's really terrified because of this and that. Really want to encourage you, please think about this. Give your body everything it needs through the power of nutrition. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Betty. I just love your story, all of it. And I had that surgery in the years before I was paying attention to Juice Plus, and it was really a bear. When I saw you on Zoom recently, soon after your surgery, you just looked so marvelous. I've never seen a person look like that after rotator cuff repair. So you go, girl. You're such an inspiration.
Yeah,
Lastly,
this is right here. Yeah, it makes a difference. It just makes
it really. Yeah, it's the truth. So our last speaker is Jennifer Smith, who is a wonderful registered nurse, operating room nurse from Columbus, Ohio, works at the Ohio State University hospitals. And she is a mother of 3 gorgeous young adult children, the wife of a wonderful husband who is works in construction, and also they both are in the Juice Plus business. And Jennifer's story is really powerful. So I'm so glad you could join us tonight from Columbus. Jennifer, take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Corson. So like Dr. Corson said, my name is Jennifer Smith, and I've been a nurse for about 28 years at the end of the summer. And so I will tell you, I have a brother who's a doctor, and we don't learn about nutrition in nursing school or medical school. It's a shame, but that's just not how we're trained. We're trained for surgery and pharmaceuticals. So I would say, gosh, it's been about 10-ish years that I was at one of my best friend's house, who's a nurse I work with, and she was giving her daughter, they were 4 at the time, both of our daughters, the gummies. And I said to her, is that a vitamin? And she said, no, it's an extra serving of fruits and vegetables. I said, that's genius. Where can I get it? Well, her husband's a pilot, and he brought home brochures, and she didn't want to look it up. So she's like, I don't know, just go home and order it on their website. It's probably juiceplus.com. I said, okay. So I went home and I ordered it on the website, not knowing what I was doing. I just got like a large order of fruit, vegetables, and berries. Didn't know about the Children's House study. Ordered it, got it, came in the mail. My husband's like, what's that? And I said, it's like extra serving of fruit and vegetables and berries. He's like, oh, that's a good idea. Well, I didn't give it to my kids every day, treated it like a vitamin, didn't do my homework on it. It just made sense. And I kept getting these shipments in the mail. And I said, this girl called me, and I was a company lead. Okay. So, she just got my order, and I really liked her. We get on the phone, and I just remember talking to her, and I'll never forget. She was driving in her car, and she told me she had 4 sons and her story. And as soon as we hung up, my youngest, who's 14 now, was getting ready to start kindergarten in the fall. And I stayed home with her and worked part-time. And I thought, wow, I wonder how she got that job. I'd love to call people up and say, hey, how you doing on your Juice Plus? But I thought it was like a pharmaceutical sales job. And so she never told me about it. Well, she kind of assumed that I was a nurse and all of this, and I had a great career, and so I wouldn't be interested in it. So fast forward, I start getting this Juice Plus in the mail, and I call her, and she would send me, she just did excellent customer care. She would send me things in the mail, and I would save them, and I throw away everything. Like, I am not a pack rat. It's gone. I see it. Nope, I don't have time to read it. I throw it out. But I would save her stuff. She'd send me this stuff on the Tower Garden, and I'm like, oh, that looks kind of interesting. And I call her, and the only reason why I didn't cancel is because I really liked this girl, and she, like I said, it was company lead, but she did great customer care. So I'm like, can you delay this so we can catch up? Well, one other time I called her like twice over the couple years, and we got to talking, and I said to her, is this a pharmaceutical sales job? And she said, no. Have you ever thought about having a home-based business? I was like, yeah, sign me up. I was so excited. I'm like, I'm doing this. Well, the reason we got on the conversation is because my brother-in-law got cancer, and I didn't know they had the capsules. So I was like, ugh. And so I ordered the capsules for him. He was very ill. We knew he was going to die. And I got him Juice Plus. I got it at a better price by being a rep. So I started giving it to him. Sorry, I'm getting a little cough. So I started giving it to him. And within a month, he couldn't swallow anything because the radiation had damaged his swallowing capabilities. And I would open it up and put it in his feeding tube. I just could not believe his blood work, even with the chemo and stuff. It was just incredible. And I thought, wow, what is in this food that is so powerful? So that got me on a journey of looking into all of this plant-based nutrition, and just got me so fired up that I was like, man, everybody's got to know about this. I tell you what, I was ignorant on fire. I was talking to everybody. I was verbally puking on everybody, but I didn't care. And I've learned over the years now, like, oh, say less, but it was just exciting. And so I was in my early 40s. I had cystic acne. I had strep throat. Oh my gosh, sometimes twice a month, all the time I had strep throat. My daughter had it. It took me a minute to realize the only difference I made was Juice Plus, but my skin cleared up. I have never had strep throat since. I was going to get my tonsils out in my 40s. You do not want your tonsils out in your 40s. Trust me. And we've not had any of it. And that was the only difference, the only change we made. So I love doing the business. It fuels me. I eventually want to be able to forego my nursing career, because I feel like I make a bigger difference by sharing nutrition, because it does heal the body. You guys are right. And my husband had 2 rotator cuff repairs. They were so bad that they had to do a graft, and said that if he would have waited, and they went in there and said, we might not be able to fix it. You might end up needing a total shoulder. After 9 weeks, he went back to his job, and he pours concrete for a living, like outdoors. So he healed miraculously for both of his too. And he's always taken double because he has a very physical job, and he's also an athlete. So I think that's it. I could talk forever, but I better stop right there.
Oh, Jennifer, wow. If I remember right, you had an autoimmune reaction after so many antibiotics. If you just mention that and how that cleared up, it just touches me.
Yeah, I actually, it was an autoimmune issue. It's called erythema nodosum, and that was from the strep that would get into my bloodstream. And I would it would be so debilitating that I'd have to be on prednisone, or it would affect my large joints, like my hips and my knees. I would lay in bed and I couldn't even roll over. Like I was trapped in my body. It was very frightening, unless I was on steroids. Or I remember just sitting down, and my husband would have to help me stand up, because it would just, yeah. So if I got strep, I couldn't even wait to go into the doctor 8 hours. I had to get on an antibiotic immediately. So yeah, and I've never had it ever since.
It's just, it's a beautiful thing what the body can do with its toolbox, with a giant toolbox. And that's what we have from Mother Nature in Juice Plus. Thank you so much, Jennifer. I know you're right on the cusp of qualifying national marketing director, and we're gonna see you crossing the stage with that soon. I just want to thank you all for sharing. These are members of my Juice Plus team and my Juice Plus family, and I just could not be more proud of all of you, and just love you all. And thank you all for listening. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your evening. And Carol, thank you for hosting this. And we just appreciate you so much.
Yeah, so amazing stories, you guys, tonight. Thank you, Dr. Corson. We invite all of you to stay. We have a training event immediately following this call. So we are here every Thursday night sharing stories about our products, sharing stories about our Juice Plus businesses. We invite you to come and see us again. Thank you guys once again.